Hello, everybody. Good morning, afternoon, evening, night. We're here in a tumultuous market. So far today, we knew this was gonna pop, and it did explode. Now, I was a little foolish, panicked. These were my first trades. Panicked today. Absolutely panicked. We got out 1666. You know, look at that. Look at that gap, 1755. I even watched it, sitting here watching it right after I sold. It's just that when I'm not usually on at market open. I'm usually coming in at maybe 10 to 11 a.m. And I always feel like I miss these pops in the morning, you know? And that's certain. I do miss those pops, but it was crazy. It was going back and forth, and I mean, this RSI and the MACD, they were just about to cross, so it could have gone up or down, you know? Talking about like right here, basically. Right in this little bridge here. Yeah, see, 930. Nope. And then it was crossing over. We knew it was gonna pop, though. We knew it. My intuition, should have listened to my intuition. But this is what this is all about. I'm limit testing. I'm seeing my thresholds right now. Where I'm wrong, where I'm not. And on this one, I should have definitely trusted myself, listened to my intuition. You know, we only missed these two. All these other ones, so far, they're floating around the same. But we definitely could have made a lot more on these two, for sure. I mean, I think Oklo was like 96. Yeah, it hit 96. But the whole quantum sector popped. The whole quantum just popped, as well as some of the other stuff. Although, you know, this is not everything on the whole market, obviously. Excuse me for some of the noises. They're paving the street, or actually they're milling it. They're ripping that bad boy up. So yeah, you know, riggedy, qubits. You know, I forget which is which, right? You got QBTS, you got QUBT, then you got the quantum company. Quantum company. They all popped today. They all did a nice little explosion, and I knew it. I knew it because these have been going up Thursday, Friday last week, and I was waiting for the pullback. This is finally Wednesday. We hit the pullback. At least not even actually. I mean, we didn't even get a pullback. Not yet anyway. We're pretty much remaining neutral. So I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do now, because this, I did a fool's errand today. Got a little spooked. Got a little spooked out of my positions, but we pulled it in. We at least got, you know, almost 200. I sold in my other accounts too, so we pulled in a little bit. And that's really what I like to stay focused on, is just those little gains. You know, at least when you got stocks that are stable, for the most part, you know, it's not really my bag of tea to get all worked up with the money that's down. Because, I mean, going through the Biden presidency, dude, my account, holy crap, I never lost so much money in the market. And I had to, that's why I feel like I'm at the point where we can maintain this. Because right now we're in a bull market. So everything's going up. It's kind of hard to lose in a bull market at the end of the year, you know what I mean? Everything you invest in is pretty much going up. But with Biden, I was holding on. I was locking in. I had so many losses. Basically, what you see here with Redwire, because the Redwire is effing me in the A right now. Effing me in the A right now. I hate this. I hate it. This is exactly what happened during the whole Biden presidency. I was just sitting on things like this. And while I was sitting on things like that, I was making these small trades. I was making 10, 20 bucks. and I stitched my whole account back together, you know? So that's the way I've been trading now. I'm doing short gains, long-term wins. What do they say? Take care of the pennies, and the pounds take care of themselves. Something like that. Pinch the pennies, pounds start floundering. Something like that. So, you know, this is what I'm avoiding. I don't like this type of schnitz because, oh, look at that. That's like $7,000 I could be playing with right now. So that money is just staying locked up. And that's why I hate that idea. And I actually realized during that time, when everything was down, that sometimes it is worth it. When all your money's locked up, sometimes it's worth it to get rid of it to free up some money. Take the loss and play with this money. You know, you're gonna lose this, but play with that. You know, and that could make you that back pretty quick. At least you stand a better chance than, in my mind. This is all what I'm thinking. Do not follow anything that I'm telling you. I don't know what I'm talking about. You should know that. So I felt like instead of keep losing more and more of this, I'm going to play with this and we'll get this back. And that's exactly how I ended up crawling out of that. And I came out on top. Not by much, but we came out a few. Came out a few. So far this year, doing a lot better, thank God. But still nowhere near as good as everybody would like, right? So, just trying to look for things today that I can grab. Because the pullback is happening. The pullback is gonna happen. Especially in the sectors I am in. Because the sectors I'm in have been going absolutely bananas lately. So as you can see, this was up like 8-10%. It's already pulling back. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. But we're looking to get back into these. So this might be a day where I'm focused on the stuff that's down. And, you know, maybe even conferring with the overlords, the chat masters, and seeing what they think. Not that I listen to what they do, but it's always good to get a nice synopsis of all the data out there, holding to that it's up to date. Make sure that if you do use these things for a little bit of help, that the date and the actual like ticker price it has is correct. You would be very surprised. These are intelligent models, as they say, but they can be pretty stupid sometimes. So do your due diligence, as always. Bring your own research. Know what I'm saying? So now everything's kind of floating. Everything's floating. And this is what I expected at some point. I was thinking maybe like last night, like yesterday, market close, we had it starting to neutral out. But you know, this is the 1020. So this is right about when I would have been getting on, and I would have said, what the hell, man? What the hell? Why didn't I get on so I could have got this pop right here? You know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? We made money. That's what I'm happy about. And that's what you can do. You just gotta take your wins. Take your wins, take your L's. And try not to really just get too crazy about it. Because what happened there? It's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again. But now I've been here. I got the shell shock. I witnessed catastrophe. I fluttered. I didn't hold the line. So, you know, there's been many moments like this. And this is why I feel like I'm really making some headway here. Doing my limit testing. But in no way do I recommend what I am doing. Let me repeat that. Because I did not start this way. This is not how I would recommend a new trader or somebody who is unfamiliar with what I'm doing in my trading strategies to even do anything similar to what I'm doing. Because, I mean, I'm trading with margin. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on here that has taken me from 2018 up until now to really not even master. I would still say I am an adept at this. I'm nowhere near mastering what is before our eyes. But we're on our way there, and we're doing well, and that's what I'm continuing. I'm not going to get too flustered with coulda, woulda, shouldas, because we all are in that camp when it comes to the market. Cannot get it right. Can't get it right. That's just things floating around. Things floating around in the ether, and a lot of it is luck, for sure. I think I'd rather be lucky than smart with the market. And if all my wins are from luck, I'd still be a happy man. So I really just want to keep my eyes on these because, well, everything else is moving too slow for me. Play with a lot of risk. Because these sectors are, upon the slightest mishap, they're all gonna freaking tank, most likely, because they're extremely, not to say they're overvalued, but you know, they're overbought. Some of them are overvalued, that's for sure, because everybody's just kind of lumping them into one category. And here's a good example, you know, like, look, these things do the same thing all the time. So even if it's not the same amount percentage wise, these things tend to just follow suit. It's almost like Bitcoin and, you know, all the other crypto that follow right behind it. If Bitcoin pops, everything else pretty much, it's like it has a diminishing effect as it rolls down the line, but everything tends to get the same hype behind it. And you know, these are the things that I'm paying attention to. Momentum. We're looking at momentum and kind of just reading the dailies here as we see it. Play it by ear. So, you know, I kind of dip in, dip out. Seems like things are starting to stabilize. The excitement has kind of faded. We got our pops in. Everybody's screaming in ecstasy up here. Now we're simmering out. People lighting up a stogie. Everybody's getting chilled out right now. We're kind of waiting. Because then you're going to have the same thing happen midday. Midday and end of day. I love it. I love it. Gets a little crazy. Which we might end up working on something to eat soon. You know. Can't stay at this computer screen forever. As much as it would be sick to have the, like, a little tab. Be getting alerts in my visories. But yeah, anyway, so to really tie it all up, I've been on a hiatus for like over half a year. Been missing. I missed you guys. Haven't been able to get my YouTubing in. Things just kind of abruptly, everything came together. I ended up going on vacation, had a backlog, and then once I got back from vacation, it was just one thing after the next, and it seemed like I couldn't even catch my catch a beat to start this back up. Everything was so... I had a backlog of videos, but yet I was the one that ended up getting backlogged when we got back. So, funny how things turn out. And then there was a lot of medical things that I had to prioritize, and then fluctuations with my condition, so that was not ideal. But we got through all that. We ended up getting stem cells recently. That was the most recent thing, and takes a little bit for that to start kicking in. 6 weeks to 6 months till things start to stabilize and you can really feel out what's going on. So I'm happy about that. Everything with the missus has been very well. Going very well. Working on a new project right now. On important things, fixing up the city. New York City, a lot of things to be fixed up here. Maintenance backlog, talking about backlogs. The city is behind quite a bit. Quite a bit. I can't even speak of what she's out there fixing because that's how chalked up that backlog is, that this is something that would actually cause some panic if people knew about it. But yeah, you know, crazy stuff, and that's what we're seeing here today. It might be kind of a quiet day for me, as you can see these day trades. Otherwise I would have got right back in. I was literally gonna get right back in at 1666. I was like, well, 1666 or 67, I could have got back in and we would have rode it up. But guess what? I couldn't have sold. I would have ended up right back where I am, right here. This one, maybe we would have been up a little bit, but I didn't even have it. I thought I had this. I didn't even have it. But it's alright. Now, my other accounts, it's almost like different thresholds. This one is my account with the most, taking the most risk with this. I have different, you know, like, what would you call that? Like portfolios? Yeah, different portfolios and different ideas with these accounts, at least in terms of what's their base, what's the foundation of these accounts. And yeah, we're playing with a lot of the same ones, just at different degrees, you know. So the accounts with less, obviously I'm not buying as much of a position, keeping things relative. So the day trades, we still got 4 total that we could make on between these extra 2 accounts. So that's good to keep in mind, which was what I was thinking over here. But then again, I'm not going that risky when it comes to, I'll take a longer term risk. Like, I'm short trading, trying to day trade here, but I would still rather avoid having to hold positions because of big losses incurred quickly. So I'd rather take the bigger risk when I feel more certain of something actually going up, as opposed to this middle ground where right after it just went up, the chances of that happening again are a lot smaller than they first were. So as we watch this now, in the shorter time spans, you might be like, why are you using a 15-minute? I feel like when you're day trading, when you're on these shorter term cycles, you definitely you want a smaller interval. I don't think the 5-minute, I don't really care too much for that. Could be a little misleading when I'm looking to not literally be acting right for the moment, but where are we going a little bit from now. 15 and 30 seem to be pretty good for that. But, you know, maybe if I had been looking at the hour or the day, I wouldn't have panicked so much in the morning and gotten out of these. So, you know, maybe that's something. Maybe that's something. Maybe it's the pressure of doing this now and things kind of firing off a little differently than normal. Not having the patience I would like. So yeah, we'll see how things develop from here. I hope you guys had a great morning and a good start to your market day. May your troubles be less, your blessings be more. Nothing but happiness come straight through your door, my friends. Take care. See you tomorrow. This will be Monday to Friday. Take care, everybody.